Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to see a brand new Power BI project, and this will be a real-time project, and it is an AQI index analysis, which we are going to see in Power BI software. So we all know what is AQI. AQI is nothing but air quality index, and this will be for Indian states and Indian cities. And so this is a very hot topic today because AQI of many of the cities is very bad today, and a lot of people are facing breathing problems. Fogs are there, and mainly in winter season, these issues we are facing very much. Okay, so based on that only, we are going to create a Power BI dashboard, and we are going to do an analysis of how much there is an AQI for different states, for different years, and for different cities inside those states, right? And based on that, we will also find out those AQI numbers, which are the primary pollutants, how is the AQI over there. Everything we will be calculating over here, right? So in front of your screen, you can see this will be an final dashboard that we are going to design in this entire project. And we are going to see step by step everything on how to create and do all of this, index analysis actually, right? So if you can see in front of your screen at the left hand side, okay, here there is an primary KPI available over here. Right, so here I've shown a gauge chart, and right now you are seeing all the values for Delhi because I've selected a Delhi over here, and the year is for 2025, right? So for Delhi, you can see the AQI right now is 208. Okay, so the data which we have, I will tell you the data we have till June of 2025. So that's the data I have. If you have the data which is up to date, you can use that data, and then you can do the same analysis, right? But I have data till 2025 June data, okay, and I have it from 2015. Okay, so I have almost 10 years of data for different states and cities, right? So I will tell you, explain you everything when we are going to do a data walkthrough. So at the left hand side, you can see this is a gauge chart which I have explained over here, where it tells the AQI value for the selected states which we will be selecting from the slicers which are available for us, right? So you can see this is the 208 is the AQI. Then for that, what is, or we can say in this year, what was the maximum AQI reached for a particular date? Okay, so it was 397 was the max AQI. So this is an average AQI. Okay, so average AQI of entire year, how much it was, right? So that's what the information it is giving us over here. What was the primary pollutant? Nothing but the major pollutant which is there. So that has been calculated. Okay, and what is the category of the AQI, right? Whether it is healthy, unhealthy, or poor or good. So we can say it is very unhealthy right now. Okay, so this is the state right now which is very unhealthy. Okay, so for Delhi, it is primarily, and you can see the color which are available over here, those are dynamic. Okay, so if I choose here different, so let's say I'm choosing here Andaman and Nicobar, you can see it is coming in moderate category, and you can see the color will change with respect to that. So you can see color combination. So by looking at colors also, we will be able to know and come to know that how are the indexes. Right here, you can see for Maharashtra also it is poor, right? So based on that, the colors are changing over here. So for Meghalaya, you can also see for Andhra Pradesh, right? So any state that we want to see, you can see from here. Let's say we'll see it for Punjab. Okay, so you can see for Punjab again it is poor, right? So based on that, the colors will change, and you will be able to see the latest, based on the values what we are selecting, you will be able to see the values over here. Similar, the primary pollutant will also change over here, and based on that, you will be able to see all the values over here, right? So it is completely dynamic, right? And in particular Haryana also, you can select the specific area. If you want to select for, let's say you want to see for Faridabad, so it will give us the values for Faridabad. For Panchgao also, it will tell you all the values, right? So based on that, everything will be changing with the slicers and filters which you are operating over here. So this is a complete dynamic dashboard, right? So this tells you an KPI over here, and the right hand side here you can see is a Indian map. And based on this Indian map, we have tried to visualize which are the cities or the states with maximum pollution and or with maximum AQI index and lowest AQI index. right? So you can see the colors are available. So wherever you see a red color, it is very hazardous or very unhealthy, you can say, right? So you can see Delhi is available over here. So it is average AQI is 208, so it falls under very unhealthy, right? If it is above 300, then it is hazardous, right? So anywhere in this entire map, you can see there is no green available. That is, not in even single state the AQI level is in good, right? So that is in 0 to 50, right? So it is very bad condition today for Indian states and for people living in India, that AQI is very bad. So it's up to government how the rules and regulations they are setting for different industries, for vehicles, and all other factors which are responsible for increasing the AQI in India, right? So none of the state is in green color, that is in 0 to 50 AQI. They are more than, I mean, most of them are poor. Here you can see in green color. So most of them are poor, right? Few of them are at moderate level. Here you can see few of them are, very few of them are at moderate level. Okay, but most of them are poor and unhealthy only, right? So this is a major issue of AQI, which we can visualize from here. Again, I have also created an AQI level over here, which will be also acting as a legend for this particular chart, right? So based on the colors, okay, you can see here, under good, what is the range of that, moderate, what is the range, poor. Similarly, you can see for unhealthy, very unhealthy, and hazardous, right? So based on that, you can see the AQI level over here, right? Similar way for 2025, I have visualized the trend over time. So for each and every day, you will be able to identify the KPI or the AQI, I can see. So for March, you can see for 1st of March, what was the AQI? Then you can see the peaks are there, right? So you can see at 12th of March, there was the maximum. Similar way here also on 26th of March, there was maximum. You can change, let's say you want to find for April. Here you can see the peak is there, it is on 28th, it was 295, right? Similar way, you can see it for January also. So for January also on 29th, it was 267, right? So, and it is for this particular states which you are selecting over here, that is Haryana and all those things, right? So this is how it works. If I change it to Delhi, you can see for Delhi it will give us the values, and here you can see the Delhi here peak is there, 397, which is the maximum AQI, right? So you can see these are the values which you can identify actually from from here. You can see this is for February, right? So from February, 1st of February, it was maximum or lowest 355, and you can check it for previous years also, like any year whichever you want, right? So for 2017, for you can check it at 264. On 1st of it was 292, right? So likewise for each and every month you can find out from here. You just have to select the month and year, and it will help us to understand all of those things, right? Then here is the AQI by city. Here we are identifying the top 10 cities which are having the worst AQIs, right? So first one is Delhi, then there is Hajipur, then there is Gurugram, then all of those other cities, right? So you can identify which cities you are staying in, and you can see what are the AQI levels over there, right? Similar way, we are finding out the distribution of AQI level distribution, right? So under which distribution or level distribution for daily data which we have, what is the AQI distribution, or what is the distribution of most, right? So you can see 40% is been, almost 68 are been given by, you can say, for very unhealthy, right? So these are the distribution for very unhealthy, that is AQI category, and you can see for almost 68 areas it is there, right? Similarly, we are also identifying the pollutant occurrence frequency, which is the maximum occurred pollutant, right? So you can see PM 2.5, then O3, and all of these are the combination of few pollutants which are there, which is maximally occurring in all of these cities and states, right? So in this way, we are going to analyze everything in this entire, dashboard from start to end. Everything we are going to see. We'll also see the business requirement. We will see the day walkthrough of of our data as well, and the data you can download from the description box, and you can use it for your analysis, and you can follow me how I am doing this entire project. You can follow along and you can complete this project by yourself, right? So this is a general overview that we are going to see in this entire uh, in this entire video, step by step of how to create this AQI index analysis in Power BI. But guys, so now I will just provide you a quick data walkthrough. So this is the XLSX file that we are going to use for our analysis. And so these are the different fields we have and the number of rows we have. So I'll just give you and metadata of the data. So if you can see here, the number of rows that we have is almost 425k, nothing but 4,25,000 rows are there. Okay, and if you can see fields, almost 8 columns are there for us, in which of which we are going to make use in our analysis. And here if you can see the date, nothing but how many days of data we have. So we have the data from 2015 to 2020-25, and in 2020-25 we have the data till June. Okay, so almost 6 months of data we have in June, right? So each row over here, if you can see, it provides us the information of each and every state and area about that. I mean, nothing but it gives us the information about how much is the air quality index or AQI value of that state and of that area. Okay, so that's the information each and every row will provide for us. As well as you can see, this is the date, then second column we have is a state. So there are almost all states available over here in India, and based on those states, for different areas, now that is area is nothing but it can be considered as city for us. Okay, so in different states there are different cities, the important cities. Okay, or we can call it as the major or metro cities. For those, some analysis has been done, and for that, at that granularity, the AQI value is been determined. Okay, so this is the most granular value that we have is area. Okay, highest level is state, and then there is the second granularity we have is as area, right? Then how many monitoring stations are available for us? Nothing but in each area, how many monitoring stations are there, based on which the AQI value has been provided to us. That's the monitoring stations we have. Then what are the prominent pollutants? Nothing but from those stations in that area and for that state. Whenever we are calculating the AQI value, so in that AQI value, which is the pollutant and which is the primary pollutant involved in that, that information is provided over here, right? So you can see for that each primary pollutant, then we have an AQI value over, stored over here, right? Then we have air quality status, nothing but there is a status like good, moderate, poor, satisfactory, severe, and very poor, right? We are not going to make use of much of this because we will be creating our own category for that. But still, it is there in the data. If anyone want to use this kind of category distribution, they can use it, right? Then we have unit, nothing but in what what is the name of the unit and in what terms it has been calculated, right? That is number of monitoring stations in absolute number AQI indices, right? So it's almost same everywhere all over India. So this is not an much of information for us to analyze, but initial 7 fields that we have are important for us whenever we are going to do our analysis, right? So this was all about quick data walkthrough. Hey guys, before moving ahead into our video, I have launched few new courses on Power BI and Tableau, and the offer is going on. That is for a new year. You can see 32% of sale is going on. So first we will see the courses. You can see I have launched a new Power BI complete video course which is of 28 hours. Okay. Then this is a new course again, that is which is having this complete course plus 20 projects are available in this, right? This is also a complete video course which will be of 73 hours of content, right? Similar way, if you want a specific tax course, you can see it is of 17 plus hours of video course, and only projects if you need, then it is a 45 hours of video course. Similar way, for Tableau also I have created 10 projects which is 30 plus hours of course, right? And these entire courses are created by myself, recorded by myself, and everything is been taught from start to end by myself, right? And if you click on this course, let's say for Power BI course, you can see these are the different modules which are available inside. Is you can see this entire syllabus which is there. Everything is been taught from fundamental, like you can see queries, import mode, data types, file formats, hierarchies, all visualizations which we are creating. DAX, you can see complete DAX is available. You can see data modeling and
Data cleaning is also been taught. You can see Power BI service, everything is been taught over here. You can see advanced analytics using AI is also been taught, right? Then you will get some real world projects also in this. You will get some important Power BI notes, and all interview questions and answers are also available on this, right? Similar way, you will be also, you will be able to see here also in this entire course what is available. You can see this is the module, as well as what projects also you will get in this. Everything is been mentioned over here. Okay, you can see this will be the course which you will be seeing. You can see the Power BI introduction is there, then data import from different files. You can see this complete syllabus, right? I will teach you how is import and direct query mode. Then I will teach you different data types and field categories, how to work on them, how to enable the summarization. I will help you understand different file formats over here. You can see PBIT, PBIDS. Comparison of all of these are also available, right? Then hierarchy, how to create hierarchy, how to work on drill up, drill down. Then you can see these are the different types of charts that we will create, right? Almost 29 types of charts we will create here. I will help you on sorting, right? So like visual level, column level, then different filters which are available for us, right? Then slicers are also available, different kinds of, how to deal with groups and pins. Then here also you can see the different parameters, like field parameter, what if analysis parameter, nothing but numerical parameters. And you can see a complete data cleaning tutorial will be also taught, right? Similar way, data modeling, how to create a data model from start to end, snowflake and star schemas, active inactive, cardinalities, create a real-time data model based on facts and dimension. And you can see create a complete data model which will be on multiple tables also, right? Then DAX will be also told, like you can see aggregate functions are there. There are different logical functions, date and time functions, everything is been taught. Time intelligence function is taught, right? You can see filter functions, right? Everything is been taught. Text functions are available over here. Similar way, visual calculations, which is newly added in Power BI. Then also Power BI service is also been brought and taught over here, everything, right? What is architecture, then how to publish a report, different roles of Power BI, what is semantic model, what is gateway, how to create a refresh, what is row level security, and how to publish the web. Different way of AI is also, like what is AI in Power BI, right? Like Q&As, analyze feature, smart narratives, right? Similar way, different two types of projects I have added over here. Then I have also added important notes and important Q&A also of all types, right? So you can see from here you can all download these Q&As, right? Similar way, the data is also available in this, right? So if you click over here, you can see from here you can download the data for that particular model which I am teaching you, right? And this is the end page. You will see from here you can see the video, and the quality of video will be dependent on your internet speed. So I recommend you to have a good internet speed and see this in laptop, right? So this is how a complete syllabus is there. I will be bringing more and more videos for you. Meanwhile, you can go through this, have read the syllabus which is there. I have also added a complete syllabus over here. Here you can see this is the detailed syllabus of Power BI complete course, right? So this is the syllabus that you can see what has been mentioned, what has been taught for you, and what all different modules are available in this, right? For whom this course is, what has been taught, and everything. And this is completely created and taught by me. You can see I have created this entire course. So you know how I teach on YouTube, the same way I have created this entire course for you guys. So if you are a very beginner level, this will be perfect for you to start. And those who have already learned but they don't have a complete knowledge, they can take this course and they can sharpen and polish their skills as well. All right, so now let's move ahead with our video.
And now what I will do, I will take a new file. So I will take a control N, and in that new file we are going to do the start to end analysis. So it will take some time to open. Okay, and from here I will just take the blank report. Okay, now what we will do, we have to import the data first. So for that, because we have the CSV, we have the Excel file. So from here I will use the Excel file connection only. So here you can see I will use an Excel connection, and this is the data we have. So what you have to do is you have to download your data and use that particular data. Okay, so I'll just go to AQI data, and this is the day wise data that we have, right? So this is the data we are going to use, and I will just click on open. So it will take some time to load all the data. Okay, and then we have to select which file we have to use. So this is the file. So this is the preview of the data, and just I will click on load. Okay, so it will load all the data that we have, and then we have to do some primary checks on the data that I will quickly tell you. Fortunately, the data is cleaned. Okay, we already have the clean data. You don't have to do much cleaning on this. But if you want to learn data cleaning and data modeling, I have already created one video on that, and recently I have uploaded it on my channel. So you can go to my channel and you can see data cleaning and data modeling. 2 hours of complete video is there. Practical hands-on real-time examples are being covered over there, industry level, right? That you can watch. Similar way, now what we will do, I will just go through our data. So this is the data. I told you that the number of rows we have is, you can see here, one second. So number of rows we have is 425,280, but one of it is calculating as header also over here. So it is 425,28279. So let's see if that many number of rows we have been populated or not. You can see at the bottom left corner, you can see the number of rows we have is 425,279. Okay, so these are the number of rows that we have. And now what we will do, we have to do our further analysis. Okay, so for that, we'll just go over here, or we'll just do some data, checks, what we have to do. So first thing first, whenever you are importing any data, always remember 60 to 70% of work is always done on data itself, because whenever you are importing data, you have to check if all the data has been imported or not. Second thing you have to check is if all the fields or columns which are being imported in Power BI have the correct data type or not. Okay, so data type is also important. So you can see date is there, and you have to make sure that date is having the correct data type. So I will expand this. Okay, so my mouse is not working correctly. Okay, so you can see the data type here. You can see it is date, which is correct, right? So we want the date data type. Similarly for state, you can see text is there. So you can see a text data type is there over here, right? Similar way, if you see over here for let's say you want to see it for now, area. Okay, so you can see for area, this is the data type that we have, that is text. Similar way for number of monitoring stations, because it is a number, so you can see a whole number data type is provided. So this is again a alphanumeric value is there, but if it is an alphabet and some numeric values are there, it will always be treated as text. So this is also correct. Then you can see AQI value is completely number, so whole number will be provided. Okay, similar way air quality status, text is there, so text is the data type. Similar way for unit also, it is a text, so text is the data type, correct? So we can see all the data types are perfectly fine. So this is the primary check you do. Similar way, next then you have to go and see if further checks we have to do, find out if there are any nulls available, errors are there in the data, or if any other more cleaning is required, then you have to go in Power Query. So for that, you can see a option is there here called transform data. So I'll just click on transform data, and it will redirect me to a new window, which is, you can see a Power Query editor has been opened automatically over here, right? Then what you have to do next, go in view, and here you can see you have to turn on the column distribution, and then you have to turn on the column quality. Okay, so it will help us to identify those quality of the columns that we have. So you can see for date, you can see valid is 100%. So this should be always 100%, right? Error should always be 0%. Okay, and empty values can be there in your data depending upon what is your application, but in our case it should not be there empty, because it will give us an incorrect results otherwise, right? So here you can see empty is 0%, which is perfectly fine. Here also valid is 100%. And what are these graphs? Five distinct means what? In this there are date values which are there, you can see repeating over here, right? So it is just considering giving me first 1000 rows, and in that first 1000 rows of entire data that we have in Power Query, five distinct dates are there in this, right? So if you see, there are five distinct dates, right? 19, 18, 17, and these are the dates we have, right? So this is the value we provide. You can see list may be incomplete because it is just showing me 1000 rows. If you click on load more, it will take some time, and you can see all the data or all the dates will be shown over here in that way. Heading. Similar way for state also, you can see everything is valid 100%. You can check each and everything. and I have checked and everything is valid 100%, right? Error should be always 0%, and in our case for our analysis, empty should also be 0%. Empty means nothing but there are no blank values in that column, right? So that is empty, right? So because we don't have to do any more checking in this data, so I'll just go in home and you just have to click on close and apply. So what happens when you do close and apply is whatever changes you do in Power Query, those changes will be made and will be brought over here in our Power BI desktop in our data, right? So this is how you do it, right? So this is very important. All right. Now, next thing what we will do, we will go ahead and start our analysis. Now we have to create a date table for us, right? So first we'll create a date table, right? So why to create a date table? I have already taught this in time intelligence function. So those who have purchased my DAX course as well as my Power BI complete video course, so they might be knowing that. And if you want to go through that course syllabus, the structure, the link is available in the description. From there, you will come to know about that course. It is very at a very cheap level and it is been taught at very basic to advanced and expert level. Okay, 30 hours of video is there. Everything is been taught inside that. All right. So what I was saying is, we have to do first date table, because whenever you are dealing with date calculations, it is always recommended by Microsoft that you should create a separate date table which will store all the dates inside there, and based on that dates then you can use those dates with having a relation with your original table, that is this table, and then you can do some date calculations, date filters, whatever we want. And we already have to do some date calculation. If I show you, you can see we have to use different filters over here. These are the dates, different date filters that we have to use. We have to create this chart as well, right? So for that we will have to have a date column created or a date table created. So how to create the date table? Here you can see you have to go in home, and here you can see an option called new table. So I'll just click on new table. You can see a new table will be created and you just have to name that table. So I will name it as, you can also call it as a date table or a calendar table. So because here we already have a date, a field over here available, which is a directly date field, the name of it, right? So to not have confusion for us, we will name it as calendar table, or you can use date table also, whatever name is comfortable to you. Now in this calendar table, I will be using a calendar function. Okay. So I'll use a calendar function. All these functions I have taught in DAX course. So if you want to learn everything about DAX, you can go ahead and check out that course available in the description. So calendar is asking few arguments. First is start date and end date. So now what I will do, start date, I will take it from this date itself, right? Because whatever new table we are creating, it should have some reference from the original table. So whatever date we have in here, we will bring that over here. But start date, how is to identify? Nothing but we will take whichever is the minimum date available in our main table. So I will use minimum and I will use a date field. Okay. And I'm using it from day wise AQI data. So this is the name of the table. And from that, the name of the table, and from that a date field. Okay. I will close the bracket for minimum, comma. Now I want to find out the end date. End date will be what? Max date. Whatever max date is available in our original table, the date field, we will use that. Okay. So date. Select this, close this bracket and close the bracket and hit enter. The moment you hit enter, you can see all the dates are being populated. Okay. So if I show you from Excel sheet here, so you can see the minimum date. If I show you, the minimum is what? For our, you can see 2015 we have, and the minimum month we have is May, and in that first of value is there, first May. Similarly here also you can see minimum date as captured is 1st of May, and if you see the maximum date that we have is 19th of June 2025. And if you check here in 2025, the maximum date you have is January, June, and in that if you go here you can see 19th is the date, right? So automatically it has captured the minimum and the maximum date. So minimum and maximum date are being identified, and in between that whatever dates are there, all will be populated one by one on each row, right? Identify first minimum, and the maximum. Okay, and in between the minimum and maximum, whatever dates are there, each will be given a separate row, and all the dates will be there. All the dates of all the years will be shown up in this calendar table. So this is very helpful for us, and each and every row will have a unique date. You can take a careful look over here, that each and every row will have a unique date, right? Which is very important. Now what I will do here, I will right click and I will create a new column. Okay, nothing but I want to extract year from here, right? So here I have to extract because we have to use a year filter. So first I will extract the year from this date, that is nothing but this date. Okay, and from calendar date now. Okay, so from calendar table I have to extract, and you can see now it is extracting all the years. Okay, if I scroll down, you can see 2018 has been extracted here, right? So in this way we have created a date table. But until and unless you create a data model, so if I go in model view over here, and here you can see if there is no relation in between these two tables, it is of none of use for us to do the analysis, right? So we have to create a relation in between this. So we have a date over here and we have a date column over here. Because this date, whatever is there, it has been derived and identified from this date over here from the main table. We can have the relation in between these two. So I will just take date and I will just grab it and drag it on the other date on the original data, and the moment you do, you can see a relationship window will be opened. And to learn more about relationship, I have created a separate video, as I told. The previous video which I have uploaded, a 2 hours of data cleaning and data modeling video has been uploaded. There you will learn everything about it. 2 hours of complete video is there, right? So just go ahead and watch soon, because coming 8 or 7 days, I will be making it as members only video, right? So just go ahead and watch it early. Otherwise, next time you will have to become a member and then only you will be able to watch. Okay. So you can see I have done this. Now you can see it is this table and this table which are been highlighted in gray will be joined. And you can see cardinality, it is automatically identified that we are using a one-to-many join, which is required, okay, and which is mandatory. So I'll just click on save, and the moment you click on save, you can see a relationship is being created, and here you can see one is there, and here the star is there, and whenever I hover over my mouse on this, you can see automatically those fields are being highlighted, and it is nothing but on those two fields these two tables are being joined. And what is mean by one over here? One is nothing but the date table which we created over here. This have each and every row have a unique value, nothing but this will be acting as a primary key. So here you can see each and every row is having unique value, so one will be there. So from here, one to many joins means here date is having unique values, but here the dates are repeating each and every row. So if you see over here, and if I go to our main table, and here you can see the dates are repeating. Okay, so if you see 25th of March, it will be repeating again and again. So if I sort this, I'll just select the 1st of May. So you can see 1st of May, it is repeating many times. So that's the reason the dates are repeating again and again. That's the reason it is giving us a star. It is nothing but one to many joins, right? So it is repeating again and again for each and every row. So it is called as one to many join. And based on that only we are getting a data model created. Now the relationship has been created. Now we will be able to use this table to fetch the data from here, right? And now we will go ahead and start our analysis, right? So as per our problem statement, then we are going to do the first analysis, nothing but if you see over here, first we have to find out our uh, KPIs, right? Nothing but in AQI indicator we have to find out for different states, cities and areas, right? First, what we will do before that, we will set up our page over here. To do the page setup, you can see I will go to format your page. Then you have canvas background over here. So I'll just select the canvas. First, we'll do canvas settings. Okay, so from here, I'll choose a custom size for us. Okay, and the height of this, I will choose it as 800, and the width, I will use it as 1400. Okay, and the alignment, I will choose it as middle. Nothing but it will be in vertically, it will be aligned at center. So your dashboard will be visible at center. Now canvas background, I will choose an image for this. Okay, so I've created an image for this. I think so it should be in downloads. Okay, so this is the image. You can find it in your download section. You can download it from there. So you can see image will be not visible for you because transparency here is 100%. So what you have to do is you have to reduce the transparency, and here you have to click fit. Okay, just click on fit. It will be automatically fit in that window whichever we have. All right, so this is how you do it. So this is our canvas where we are going to build our report. Next thing I will name our report here is AQI index analysis. Okay, and next thing I'll just copy this and we will name our dashboard also first. So I'll go in insert and I will go on text button. Okay, so go and text box and I will paste it over here. So select everything. Okay, then go in effects and turn off the background. Okay, then select this, choose the font color as white. Let me see what's the Sagio bold, and 20 it is the font size. So I'll choose here 28. Okay, I'll just reduce it likewise, and let me see what's the position of this. So you can see at the center here I have in this way. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Right, so this is the AQI index analysis that we are going to perform over here. Nothing but the name of the dashboard, right? So this is just the name of the dashboard. Okay, right, perfect. Now what we will do, we will add the image also. So I'll just go in insert, and here you can see image is there. So this is the image. You have to go in style, then you have to go in image over here, and you have to click on browse image. Okay, so I have to find that image. I don't know where it is. So what we will do, we will add the image later. I have to find it. I will add it at last. Okay, now first what we will do, we will have to go ahead and now create our first, that is KPI. Okay, alright, so now first what we will do, we'll just find our KPI, that is nothing but a gauge chart. If you see over here, so this gauge chart that we will just try to find it out. So for that what I will do, first I'll just select this, and what we have to do is I'll just select the gauge chart over here, and we have to find out the average AQI, right? So average AQI for all those years and state and everything, right? So for that what I will do, I'll just right click over here. Okay, just right click over here, and I'll just create a new measure. Okay, and I will name it as average AQI. Okay, and simple average formula we have to use. So I will use an average formula, and I will use an AQI value. Okay, so AQI value we already have. From that we'll just find out the average AQI, and that we will be using for each and every state and city. So I'll just take average AQI from here. Now select this chart and use the average AQI. You can see the average AQI has been considered. Now we'll just go ahead and add the filters over here, nothing but slicers over here. So for that what I will do, just a second. So I'll just take my slicer from here. Okay, so here you can see the slicer is there. So just take a slicer. First I will add a year for us. Okay, so just take year. My mouse is not working actually, so just a minute. So I'll just take year and I will add it over here. Okay, but I don't want year to be visible in this way. So I'll just go to slicer settings, and I will just click it as drop down, and in selection I will just keep it as single select. So at once you can use a single year select only. So I'll just keep it as 2025 as of now. Okay, so I'll just take it at the top over here, right? So this is your year, then control C and control V. Here what I will add now, state. Okay, so I'll just close this, and now I will add state over here. Similar way what I have to do here, uh, for this also drop down and single select only. Yeah, correct. Now what I will do, from here I will just try to see Delhi. Okay, so you can see the Delhi will be analyzed, and from that you will be, for that year and for that state, you will be analyze, help you analyze Delhi over here. Now I will control C and control V, and now I will add area filter also over here. So from here I will remove the state and I will add area. Okay, but area, here you can see all is been selected over here. But what I will do, but when I'm selecting, let's say Maharashtra, okay, but here also single select filter is there. I don't want here to be having a single select filter for area. I will have to have an way that I can select multiple areas. State can be single, year can be single, but area I want to select multiples, right? So for that, what I will do, I will go in slicer settings, and in selection I will, instead of the turn this on, click multi select on, and also have show all button. Okay, so here I will just click show all. So for whenever I'm selecting all, it will show entire value for Maharashtra. And from here, if you want to see, let's say you want to see for Mumbai, you can see the Mumbai state, you can find out. Similar way, if you want to see for Pune, you can find out the AQI, right? So in this way, we want to set up our filters, right? So this is how the filters will work, and I will keep this to Delhi. Okay, so you can see this is the value for Delhi. Then I will go over here and I will go to average AQI over here. And from here, what I will do, here you can see the decimal points I want 0. Okay, so I'll just click 0 decimal point. So it will give me the perfect figures, right? Now from here, more analysis, what we have to do here is I will come over here to format visuals. Now we will do some formatting on this visual as per our requirement. I'll go to general. First, I will turn off its background. I don't want anything. And I will also turn off its title. Okay. I don't want title to be shown over here. Then I will go to visual over here. Then next thing what I will do, the data labels. Okay. The data label this value. Okay. I will just go over here and I will make it as semi bold. Not this. Okay. So these are the data labels. These are outer data labels. I'll turn it off. I don't want those. Call out value is important. I will change it to semi bold. Okay. From here, I will make it as white color. Okay. So this is what I want. Next, what I will do, this bar, right? So here you can see this value. From here, I will go to target value. Here you can see target value. You can actually set the value over here, right? So I'll just go to target value. Display unit is there, and value after display unit, that's not available. But you can actually set the target value here. Okay, so you can add the target value over here, and you can actually have what should be the target value for this, or you can set the minimum and maximum also, right? So if you go to gauge axis, you can see set the target value, right? But we don't have any target value. We'll just set the maximum value for us. Let's say we will keep it as 300. Okay, because 300 is the hazardous for us, right? So we will keep it as 300. And if you see our data over here, the maximum value that we have is almost 500 is there, right? But if you take average of that, because we are taking here average, it won't go much above 300, or you can max up, keep up to 350 if possible. Okay, you can keep it as 350, you can keep it as 400. It's up to you, right? Or you can keep it as automatic also, but I think we should keep it as 350, so I'll keep it as 350 only. All right, now next what we will do, we have to give colors to this, right? So first what I will do, I'll give to general, and I will specify its height and width first. So I'll just go in general, and in general I will choose its height as 115, and the width for this I'll choose it as 300. Okay, so this will be the height and width for us. Okay, now next what I will do, if you go to visual over here again, this color. Okay, so the color of this which is there, I have to specify that color, but I will specify that at the end. First what we will do here, if you see in our data requirements, what we have to do, we have to find out the max AQI, primary pollutant, and the category which it falls under. Okay, that we have to find out first. And now what I will do, I will add first the placeholder for this, nothing but the out compartment. So for that, I will just go in insert. I will go in shapes, and from here I will choose this shape. Okay, and now what I will do, I will go first in properties, and for this I will choose the height of this as, let's say, 280, the height, and the width for this I will choose it as 490. Okay, I will then go in shapes, and here the corner radius I will keep it up to 5%. The color of this I will go to more colors, and I will choose this as hashtag 010715. Okay, so this is the color I want. For border I will keep it as 2 pixel, and for border I will choose the color as hashtag 004E7. Okay, so this is the color I want. Okay, so you can see this is the color I want, and I will bring it over here now. Nice. Okay, but you can see behind that shape our KPI has been bent. So what I will do, I'll just bring it a little bit towards right. Okay, perfect. So I'll just select this visual. I will go to format and I will click on send backward. Okay. So just multiple times click send backward until this come forward. Okay. So you can see this is at come at the forward now. And now I'll place it as center of this image, right? So you can see the center I have placed it. Now what I have to do, I have to add these values, right? So these placeholders. So for that, what I will do, I will use a card over here. So I'll just place a card. Okay. So this is the card that I will be making use of, right? And now what I will do, I have to find out the maximum AQI, right? So I have to find out maximum AQI. It is very simple. I will just take this AQI value and I will add it into values, right? But instead of this, what I have to do, I have to just find out the maximum. So it will just identify the maximum for all of these filters which are been selected over here. So these filters will be automatically applied on all the visuals which you will be creating further, right? So automatically they will apply any visual which you will be creating. These filters will be applied on that, right? Now next what we will do, after finding this, what we have to find out, is primary pollutant. Okay, so now primary pollutant is important for us to find out because it will take some calculation to find out us, right? Why? Because if I show you in our data, here you can see primary pollutants are different for different states, different areas, and they are repeating again and again. So what we have to do, we have to find out its occurrence. Okay, multiple times, how many times they are occurring repetitive again and again. That occurrence we have to find out, and based on those occurrence, which one is the maximum times the primary pollutant is there for that state and area for that year, then based on that it will be available for us in our KPI. So for that we have to write out a tax visual. So I'll right click over here and I will create a new measure. Okay, so I will just write the measure. You have to just pay very good attention. So I'll name it as primary pollutant. Okay, so I'll name it as primary pollutant and I will write here the calculation. Okay, so first I will define a variable. So I'll define a variable first. So I'll name it as pollutant table. So what I'm going to do here is first I want to create a table first where it will identify and store all my number of rows which are there, right? So all of these rows, right? So I will just write and I will tell you. So for that I will be using a summarize function. So what the summarize does is it creates an input table which is grouped by different columns, right? So here we are going to define few columns and we are going to group few values over here. So first argument it asks is from which table we want to create this summarize table. So we have a table that is nothing but day-wise data. Okay, so this is the data we have. Then it is asking me you want to group by what column name. So which is the column name that you want to identify and group it by? Because we are finding out the primary pollutant, so we have to take the prominent pollutant that we are going to identify, nothing but this, right? Next, it is asking us if any more group by columns you have to use. To name it, yes, I will add one more column, but I will add it as a name. Okay, nothing but I want to name that column extra, right? Nothing but in this calculation I will be defining that column just for my calculation purpose, right? I will name it as pollutant count. So it is a new temporary table created inside this summarize, which will calculate my how many number of pollutants are there, right? And next, what I have to find out is I want to find out. Okay, so if you see that next argument that we have to find out is expression. So what is the expression? Nothing but what all of these tables and fields which you have defined, you have to group it by what expression. We have to group it, we have to take rows, count of every row. So I will use count rows and count of rows of each and every table, nothing but day wise data table, right? So I'll just use this and I will close this. So I'll just help you explain what does this do. Summarize is used to create a temporary table into your calculation, okay, based on the table data which you already have. So first argument is which table you want to use it, which is there in the data. So this is the table. From there, which is the first column you want to have? Because we are finding out which is the primary pollutant, nothing but we are defining the prominent pollutant from here. Then second, an extra column we are adding, that is pollutant count, which will store the count of each and every pollutant, right? So this will give us all the name of the pollutants, and this will give us the count of, in front of that, the count of each and every pollutant. And then count of rows is nothing but it will help us to identify, count each and every rows in each and every data, each and every rows in our table, then group it by on this pollutant and stored it in this particular field, right? So that is what it is doing, right? Then I will define the next variable, that is nothing but max count. Okay, so max count is nothing but we want to find out the maximum count, and for that maximum count we want to identify that primary pollutant, because we want to find out which is the primary pollutant is responsible for that AQI, right? So what I will use a max x function. Okay, so I will use a max x function. It will help us to have multiple arguments. If you are using a max function only, then we will have an only single argument, but this allows us multiple arguments. So first it is asking what should be the name of the table, but this is the table that we already had defined in our calculation. Same table we will be using in our max calculation, that is nothing but pollutant table. From here we are taking that. Then it is asking us what should be the expression. Expression is nothing but this pollutant count. Okay, that was our expression. I'll use it as pollutant count. So this is, everything is stored over here in this, right? And close bracket. So it will identify the maximum count. Then I want to return the value. Okay. Now what I want to print. So I will use a concatenate function for that. Okay. So that for that also I'll use concatenate x function. So it will ask me the table, and in that I will use a filter function. Okay, which will help us to filter all the rows. And I will use which table it is asking me. Same, the pollutant table which we have passed through our table. Then it is asking me the expression, nothing but pollutant count will be the expression for us. Okay, and this pollutant should be equal to what? Max count. Nothing but this pollutant count which we have identified over here, it should match this condition. Once this matches, okay, I will close the bracket for filter comma. Then what should be the output for that, right? For concatenate x, right? So nothing but I want to find out the prominent value, that is prominent table, comma, what should be the delimiter? Nothing but if there are multiple values which are having same number of counts, maximum counts of pollutants, then what should be the delimiter to separate those? I will use comma. Okay, in double inverted you have to write comma, and I will close the bracket and hit enter. Okay, the moment you do, you can see it has been created. So I will explain you once again. It is very easy. I am specifying first variable where I am creating a table, a temporary table, by using the summarize function. Here, first field that I am using is primary pollutant. So it will give me the unique primary pollutants, not repetitive. Then in second column, what it is storing is all the rows count for each and every pollutant, right? Then from here, what it is identifying the maximum count which is there, right? Once the maximum count is there available for us from here, then it will use a concatenate x function, and it is for concatenate x function, it will first go through this filter condition, nothing but the pollutant count here, it should be maximum, it should have the maximum value, so that the filter condition matches. Once the filter condition matches, it is asking us what should be printed, nothing but I want to print out the pollutant name. But if there are multiple pollutants who are having the same maximum value, then those two pollutants should be shown, but in between them there should be a comma as a delimiter, right? Delimiter. That's how you use it. I will close this, and here I will select the primary pollutant. So for Delhi, for year 2025, and for area all, you can see PM 2.5 was the primary pollutant, right? So this is how you do it. Now next what you have to identify is, you can see I have to find out the category as well. So now I will write a calculation for category also. So just pay an attention how I am doing it, right? So for category, what I will do, I'll just right click over here. I will create a new measure. I'll name it as AQI category KPI. And pay an attention, I have taken a new measure. I have not taken a new column. Further, we are going to make use of new column, but here I am taking a new measure. Okay, again, I will pass a new variable. Okay, where I will first identify the average AQI. First, I will find out the average AQI, nothing but it is average of AQI value. Okay, so this is my average AQI. Then I will use a return function. Now, based on different condition, we will return it, right? So I will use a switch function. So switch is nothing but it is an advanced version of if condition, right? So if an expression is there and if its value is true or false, it will directly print us the result. It is very easy. So now switch expression is nothing but if true. I'm passing your true. What does it mean? That for true, whatever switch I'm using a condition, if that condition is true, whatever condition now we will be writing, if it is true, it will just print the result, whatever we want to print, right? So nothing but if average AQI, okay, if it is less than or equal to 50, okay. So what should be the category? The category are already available in our data, but don't want to use those category. I will create my own categories, right? So if average AQI is less than or equal to 50, and then I will name it as good. Okay. So I'll name it as good. So in double inverted comma, you have to write good, comma. So what this is doing is if this condition satisfied, that is nothing but it is true. If it is true, what you have to print? Good. Simple. That's it. This is an advanced if condition. So if average AQI now is less than or equal to 100, right? If it is less than or equal to 100, I want to name it. I will give it as condition as moderate. Nothing but if AQI is less than or equal to 100, then we will categorize it as moderate AQI. Then if average AQI, so first comma, now if average AQI is less than or equal to 150, okay, then it should be what? Unhealthy. Okay, and make sure guys, this is case sensitive, because this we are going to make use of this same text, whatever you are writing, it is case sensitive in further calculations. So make sure there is no any spelling mistake you are doing. Okay. Now, if average AQI is less than or equal to 200, if it is less than or equal to 200, then we will categorize it as, so if it is less than or equal to 150, then this should be poor. Okay. If it is less than or equal to this, then 200, then we will treat it as unhealthy. Okay. Similar way, if average AQI is less than or equal to 300, okay, then we will name it as very unhealthy. Okay. So this is very unhealthy, comma, if average AQI is greater than 300, okay, if it is greater than 300, then it should be hazardous. Okay, so this is hazardous for us, right? And if nothing is there, if it is not satisfying any condition, then we have to print it as NA. Okay, just that's it. Then I will close the bracket and hit enter. So you can see this is there. And now I'll just select this, and from here I will select that value for us, that is AQI category. And you can see it's falling under very unhealthy condition because 208 is there, which is less than or equal to 300, but it is greater than 200 but less than 300, so it falls under very unhealthy category. You can check your calculation. Okay, so if you see here, you can see it is less than or equal to 300. It is less than 300 but greater than 200, so it falls under very unhealthy category, right? So that's the reason over here. I will do some formattings on this. First, I'll go in general, and in effects, I'll turn off the background first. Then I'll go to visual. Okay. So some more settings that we have to do over here. So let me check what we can do. Just one a. Okay, yeah. So first thing what I will do, I'll just go to multi-cards. So we'll just keep it as 3. Okay. Shape, we won't change anything over here. So just gap, okay, just let's keep it as 8. Okay, now background, we don't want anything. Okay, just turn off the background. Then in cards, go in cards, rounded rectangles. Okay, we want it at rounded rectangles. Corner we want up to 5 pixel. Padding we'll keep it as 12. Border we don't want. Okay, Divider also we don't want. Then in backgrounds, so we'll set the backgrounds for each and everything, right? So first you can see you have to go in cards, and first I will select the max AQI value, and then I will go in background, and from here I will select its own background. Okay, so the first background for this I will select it as hashtag. It will be 7e 4 times 0. Okay, so this is the background I want, right? Okay, one second, something is wrong. Where is it? More colors, hashtag 7e 434. Okay, yeah, so this is the background. This is the background I want for this. Then I will choose primary pollutant. Okay, so from here I will again change its background. I will want it as hashtag C33415. Okay, so this is the background I want for this. And for AQI category, I will change its background more, and I want it as hashtag CB5E00. This perfect. Okay, so this is the backgrounds. Uh next what I will do, I'll just go to call out now. Okay, so from here in value I will go, and in value this I'll make it as semi bold only, but I will keep the value as let's say 13. So we'll keep the value as 13, we'll make it as center, and we'll make it as white. Okay, this is the way we want, or we'll make it as bold. Let's make it as bold, yeah. And then padding, we'll keep it as 0 only. Just keep the padding as 0. Layout, then in label also here, this label will make it as 10, and we'll make this also as white. Okay, and now I will go in general over here, and in properties I will choose the height for this as, let's say, 75. Okay, and the width for this I will choose this as 490. Okay, so this is the height I will just increase. Okay, and I will just try to bring it over here. Perfect. And this I will try to take it a bit down. Okay, so more settings we'll do on this. Some paddings we have to remove. From here we'll remove the paddings. Let's say remove this paddings. Let's make it to 0. Okay, and now properties I will make the height as 75. Perfect. And now I'll take it a bit down. Right. Perfect. The similar way we have it over here. Right. Correct. Nice. Okay, now what we have to do is for this. Okay, so whenever the values changes, so this value whenever will change, we have to change its colors, right? So for that what we will do, this bar color we have to change it based on what is the category of this. So for this first we'll select this, and we'll change the name of this. So we'll name it as max AQI. So this is max AQI. Just change the name from here. This is primary pollutant, and this is what, AQI category. Just name it as AQI category. Okay, now for this I'll select this, no, this, and here we have to change the colors. So you can see you can go in colors, and here you can see in fill colors I will choose it as FX, and from here we'll just change it. I'll make it by rules, and we created an average AQI KPI over here, right? So for this I will choose the KPI, and now we have to give the colors. So now whatever text you are writing over here, it should match the text which is there in this AQI category, whatever we have written over there. So if it is good, so first if it is good, from here we'll name it as it should be hashtag, code should be 3D7030. Okay, next I will add new rule, and if the text, if this is moderate, okay, if this is moderate, so make sure you are writing a correct spelling. Okay, there should no spelling mistake should be there, otherwise the color will be not available for us. So if this is FDA This should be B14. So this is the color I want to be as a moderate. I will add new rule. Then if it is poor, okay, then I want the color code as hashtag F9891F. Okay. Or we'll instead of this, what we will do for poor, we'll choose it as blue color. Take it as blue color. Okay. Similar way for here, if it is unhealthy, if this is unhealthy, okay, then the color should be hashtag F54327. Okay. If it is healthy, then if it is very unhealthy, then the color should be what? Hashtag C00C17. Okay. One rule again, if it is hazardous, if it is more than 300, that is nothing but. So if it is hazardous, then I want the color code as hashtag 951921. Okay, so this is the color code. Just click on OK and you can see the 91 is nothing but moderate color is given to this. If I choose, let's say, Maharashtra, you can see it is falls under poor category, that is blue color, right? Similar way, if I choose Delhi, you can see it is 208, nothing but it is a very unhealthy category, right? Similar way, you can see for Haryana, you can see for Gujarat, you can see it is moderate. For Chhattisgarh, it is again moderate. Okay, for Haryana, you can see for Madhya Pradesh, it is poor. Okay, for Punjab, it is 101. Sikkim, it is 83, which is moderate. Okay, so in this way, you can see the colors are been changing with whatever value of the AQI has been there, right? So this is how it works. Okay, now what I will do, I will at the top, we have to add the name of the state also, right? So for that, again, we have to write one measure. So I'll write a new measure over here and I will name it as, you can name it as KPI title. Okay, so we have to use a selected value filter over here, or we can see it is a filter function. So it is nothing but whatever value the filter will see, the same value it will be selected over here. So I'll use a state filter because the state filter is there, and I will hit enter. Okay, and I will just take a KPI from here and I will add the KPI. Here you can see whenever I change the name of the state, here you can see the value is also changing over here, right? So in that way. So this is helpful for us. Now we'll do some formattings on this. Go in general, in effects, we'll turn off everything. And in cards also, we'll turn off its border, its divider and its background. Okay. Similar way, we'll go to cards. I will select the KPI title. Okay. Or where should I go? Here I have to turn off the background. Okay. And now I will go in callout value, turn off the label, and in values, I will make it as white, center, and let's make it as 20. So I'll just remove its padding also, make it as 0. Okay. And I'll bring it over here. Okay. So whenever I change, you can see the name has been changing and it's been added over here. Okay. I'll take it a bit down. Okay, perfect. Alright, say so this is how you create a KPI card and you can see it for different states, different areas. Let's say if you want to see it for let's say for Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, you can see it for different cities also. If you want to see it for, let's say, Karnataka, and in Karnataka, you want to see it for Bengaluru. Let's say if you want to see for Haryana, in Haryana, you want to see for, let's say, Gurugram, how many is the AQI. You can see for Faridabad, you can see for Rohtak, right? So in whatever cities you are there, you can see the average KPI. So this is for 2025. You can change it. You can see for 2016, 17, 20, right? So based on the year, you can change it and you can have it filtered out based on your requirement. Okay, and see how is the AQI and how it is affecting the environment. Right. So this was KPI. Next, we'll go ahead and design our next charts.
Hey guys, before moving ahead into our video, I have launched few new courses on Power BI and Tableau, and the offer is going on, that is for a new year. You can see 32% of sale is going on. So first we will see the courses. You can see I have launched a new Power BI complete video course which is of 28 hours. Okay, then this is a new course again, that is which is having this complete course plus 20 projects are available in this, right? This is also a complete video course which will be of 73 hours of content, right? Similar way, if you want a specific tax course, you can see it is of 17 plus hours of video course, and only projects if you need, then it is a 45 hours of video course. Similar way, for Tableau also I have created 10 projects which is 30 plus hours of course, right? And these entire courses are created by myself, recorded by myself, and everything is been taught from start to end by myself, right? And if you click on this course, let's say for Power BI course, you can see these are the different modules which are available inside is. You can see this entire syllabus which is there. Everything is been taught from fundamental, like you can see queries, import mode, data types, file formats, hierarchies, all visualizations which we are creating. DAX, you can see complete DAX is available. You can see data modeling and data cleaning is also been taught. You can see Power BI service, everything is been taught over here. You can see advanced analytics using AI is also been taught, right? Then you will get some real world projects also in this. You will get some important Power BI notes, and all interview questions and answers are also available on this, right? Similar way, you will be also you will be able to see here also in this entire course what is available. You can see this is the module, as well as what projects also you will get in this. Everything is been mentioned over here. Okay, you can see this will be the course which you will be seeing. You can see the Power BI introduction is there, then data import from different files. You can see this complete syllabus, right? I will teach you how is import and direct query mode. Then I will teach you different data types and field categories, how to work on them, how to enable the summarization. I will help you understand different file formats over here. You can see PBIT, PBIDS. Comparison of all of these are also available, right? Then hierarchy, how to create hierarchy, how to work on drill up, drill down. Then you can see these are the different types of charts that we will create, right? Almost 29 types of charts we will create here. I will help you on sorting, right? So like visual level, column level, then different filters which are available for us, right? Then slicers are also available, different kinds of, how to deal with groups and bins. Then here also you can see the different parameters, like field parameter, what if analysis parameter, nothing but numerical parameters. And you can see a complete data cleaning tutorial will be also taught, right? Similar way, data modeling, how to create a data model from start to end, snowflake and star schemas, active inactive, cardinalities, create a real-time data model based on facts and dimension. And you can see create a complete data model which will be on multiple tables also, right? Then DAX will be also told, like you can see aggregate functions are there. There are different logical functions, date and time functions, everything is been taught. Time intelligence function is taught, right? You can see filter functions, right? Everything is been taught. Text functions are available over here. Similar way, visual calculations, which is newly added in Power BI. Then also Power BI service is also been brought and taught over here, everything, right? What is architecture, then how to publish a report, different roles of Power BI, what is semantic model, what is gateway, how to create a refresh, what is row level security, and how to publish the web. Different way of AI is also, like what is AI in Power BI, right? Like Q&As, analyze feature, smart narratives, right? Similar way, different two types of projects I have added over here. Then I have also added important notes and important Q&A also of all types, right? So you can see from here you can all download these Q&As, right? Similar way, the data is also available in this, right? So if you click over here, you can see from here you can download the data for that particular model which I'm teaching you, right? And this is the end page. You will see from here you can see the video, and the quality of video will be dependent on your internet speed. So I recommend you to have a good internet speed and see this in laptop, right? So this is how a complete syllabus is there. I will be bringing more and more videos for you. Meanwhile, you can go through this, have read the syllabus which is there. I have also added a complete syllabus over here. Here you can see this is the detailed syllabus of Power BI complete course, right? So this is the syllabus that you can see what is been mentioned, what is been taught for you, and what all different modules are available in this, right? For whom this course is, what has been taught, and everything. And this is completely created and taught by me. You can see I have created this entire course. So you know how I teach on YouTube, the same way I have created this entire course for you guys. So if you are a very beginner level, this will be perfect for you to start. And those who have already learned but they don't have a complete knowledge, they can take this course and they can sharpen and polish their skills as well. All right, so now let's move ahead with our video.
Alright guys, so now we will move ahead to our next requirement, that is we have to create a AQI by state, AQI by level, and AQI trend over time. So all of these three charts we will create in one single container. So here we are going to create it. So first what I will do, I will just create a container first. I'll just copy this, Control C and Control V. Okay, so we'll try to use the same container and I will extend it up to here, right? And for this I will just go to general, and in properties the height for this I will just choose it as let's say I will just select it here, and let's say what's the property of this, the height is 838. Okay, height is 430. Okay, so height is 430. Okay, so this is the height and width for me, and I will select this and I will go in shape and I will make this to 3%. Okay, that is the rounded rectangle, or we can reduce it more to corner radius as 3. Yeah, 3 is fine. Okay, and now we will go ahead and create our state map. So for that, first what I will do, same thing. I will just go ahead and take your Azure map. Okay, so the new map is introduced by Power BI. Here you can see the Azure maps, and there are lot many options available in this. The other maps which are there, these are the Microsoft Bing apps, which are going to be absolute in few coming versions. So I recommend you to use the new version of Power BI and use the new map. So I'm going to use this new map, the Azure map. And now next what I will do, I will add a state and I'll add it into location. The moment I add it, you can see a state is been available over here. It is created over here. So when I move here, here you can see right now it is just showing Delhi for us. So the reason behind this is because we have here Delhi selected in our filter, and as I told you at the start, whatever filter or the slicers we have added here in coming charts, those will be automatically created. Whatever we are creating, those filters will be automatically applied on the new charts which you are going to create. Okay, but I don't want this chart to be affected by this, right? All of these three filters, we can have here filter, but these two filters we don't have want this chart to be affected by. So for that, what I will do, I will select this state filter, then I will go to format, and here I will click on edit interaction, and here you can see right now it is filtering. You can see it has been selected. You just have to go and select none. Okay, just select none. You can see all the values are there. Similarly for area also, just select on none. Okay, so you just have to select both for none, and I will just click back to edit interaction, and now you can see all the states are been showing up for us, right? Now I will quickly do some formattings over here. I will just turn off the title, and from effects I will turn off the background as well. Okay, and now what I will do, I will take average AQI and I will add it into size. So based on the size of bubble, whichever is having the highest size, it will have a highest average AQI. Now what I will do, I will go to format visual and go to bubble layer. So minimum I want to have one size, and the maximum I want to have is a 15 pixel. Okay, so it will have a good look over for us. Now go to general, then in properties what I will do, I will just change its height to 380, make this as height for 380, and the width I want is as 470. Okay, and just select this map and I will try to place it over here. Okay, nice and clean, perfect. And now what I will do, we'll do now formattings on this map. So I'll just go in visual, and in map settings I will change it to night. You can see grayscale. You can use either night or directly use a night version. Here also you directly have a night version. So but I think grayscale night is a good fit for us. I will choose at that. Then I will just go below, and in colors, okay, so you can see border is there. So first I will just first we can just keep the borders, but first thing what we will do now, the colors which are there, So based on whatever AQI index is there, right? So you can see AQI category we have created. Based on that only we have to give color. So which area is having, or which state is having a healthy, or we can say poor AQI, healthy, unhealthy AQI, hazardous or very high unhealthy AQI. In the same way, whatever we created for this chart, we have to create it for this also, right? So I'll just try to select this, and if we can apply the format painter for this. No, it's not working. So we have to change the color by default over here. So they'll just go over here and go to here. And from here, what I will do, I have to select here and here select the average AQI category. Now again, we have to follow the same procedure again. That is nothing but if it is a green color, then use those codes. Okay. So I'll use this as good. Okay. I will add all the rules first. If it is good, if it is moderate. Okay. If this is poor. Okay. If this is unhealthy. So as I told, spell mistake should not be there. Whatever is there in the calculation, the same should be used. And very unhealthy. Okay. And the last one I will be using is hazardous. Okay. And I have already created it over here. Okay. So here you can see for good, I will just copy this. Okay. And I will just paste it over here. Okay. You can use your own because I showed you how to use it in last chart. So it will not waste my time. So this is for unhealthy actually. So this is for unhealthy, and for poor I will choose it as blue. Okay. And for very unhealthy it will be this color, and for hazardous I will be using this color. Okay, same color combination. I just click on OK. The moment you do it, you can see the colors are being applied. Now what I will do, oops, this should be 15. Okay. Now I will do some more formattings. I will just go to borders. I will turn it on, and the borders I will choose options, or I'll just choose it as 1. Okay, yeah. So we don't want borders to be shown everywhere. Okay, so if you're turning it off, it will show black, or other we can show black border also, and we'll use it as to 0. Okay, so that is also possible for us to do. Okay, now we'll do some changes over here. So I'll just go back to visual, go in map settings, go in controls, or in view. I don't want, okay, auto zoom should be there so that the chart will be automatically zoomed. Okay, then okay, uh what else we don't want? I don't want to show the labels. Okay, 1 second. Controls. Okay, so controls, I don't want navigation, I don't want world trap, and I don't want style label also. Okay, these conditions I don't want. Also, I will just turn off the auto zoom and I will manually zoom it. Okay, so this is the area I want to be present on the map. Perfect. Okay, so this is how you create a map chart. Okay, so based on here, if you take a careful look, you can see Delhi is having the highest AQI. Okay, average AQI is 208. Similar way, if you see for Maharashtra, it falls under poor. If you want to see this in tooltip, you can add average KPI in tooltips also. And here you can see the category also. The category is what? Poor here. For here in Haryana, it is unhealthy. For here, it is in Nagaland, it is moderate. Right. So if you go down here, it is 63 for Tamil Nadu, which is good. Okay. Here in Karnataka also it is 64. In Andaman and Nicobar Island it is 61, right? So likewise you can have an idea by looking at the map chart itself, like what states the AQI is large, the pollution is high in those states, right? So this is how you do it. Now what I have to do is I will have to add a title also over here. So for title I will create a calculation. I want to create a text I will there. So I'll just use text state map, and I will, or we can say add okay, state map type. I will say as state map title, and in double inverted I will cap it as AQI by state. Okay, so this is AQI by state. I'll just copy this text, control C, control V, and instead of this I want state title, where it is, yeah, this where. Okay, now let's do some formattings on this. The call out value, okay, I want it to be left, and let's make it as 12. Okay, or make it as 13. I'll reduce the size and let's bring it over here. Oops, Control Z, and I'll bring it over here. Okay, so this is AQI by state. Have this zoomed. Perfect. Okay. All right. So this is AQI by state. So if you change 2020, or if you see by 2023, you can see the values are changing with respect to that. Okay, the area chart will change with respect to it. It won't change with these two filters because it will affect our entire thing, because this is a single select field, right? State filter. That's the reason we are not having it filtered, this chart to be filtered by state, and I told you how to do it. All right, so this is how you do it. Then next what you have to do is you have to find out AQI level. Okay, so these levels you have to find out, right? But to find out those levels, we have the AQI category over here, but this is a KPI calculation. We created this as a measure, okay, but we have to create this as an column. Okay, once we create this as an column, then only we will be able to do it, right? Nothing but we should have those values row by row over here, otherwise we cannot create it, right? So for that, what I will do, I'll just right click and now I will create a new column. Before that, what I will do, I will just copy this entire thing. Okay, the same calculations we are going to use, and right click over here, and I will create a new column. Make sure you are creating a new column because we want a row by row operation. If you want to show it in the chart, then you should have it in the row by row. Okay, and we have to show it for each and every category. So just that calculation we are writing, right? So instead of this, what we are doing, we are just going to change this. Okay, and instead of KPI, I will just name it as AQI category. Okay, same function will be there. Instead of only average AQI, here what will be there, here we will be using directly an AQI value. Okay, so because we are directly taking it from column, or we are creating a new column is only created based on whatever other columns are there. So this is one of the column for us, so we will just use that only. So instead of all of this, just paste it. Okay, instead of this, we'll use this. Okay, just that's change you have to do, and hit enter. Okay, I'll close this, and moment you do, you can see the new column has been created over here, right? Based on the AQI category. And now what we have to do, we have to create that chart, right? But to create that chart, you can see the values what I have is a single bar. It is having an equal size for all of the values. So for that, what I have to do, I will have to create a calculation which will forcefully take a single value. So for that, what I will do, I'll just create a new measure, and I will just name it as label. I will name it as label, and we'll just have it as value 1. That's it. Okay. Because it will be applied to all of the values. And now I will take a bar chart from here. Okay. This one, stack bar chart, or any other chart you can take, and the bar one it should be. But now we will take the AQ category, the column operation which we created, and the label which we create. That's it. So you can see the label is available and applied properly over here. Now we just have to do some formattings. I'll go over here, go to general, I will turn off the title. In effects, I will turn off the background. Okay. Then I'll go to visual. I will go to y-axis. I will turn off the values. I will turn off the title as well. Okay. On x-axis, I will turn off the values and I will turn off the title. Everything I have turned off now, right? Now what I will do, I will turn on the data labels. Okay. But I don't want values. I don't want values to be shown. I want details to be shown. Okay. Or title. No. So details, if you want to show, okay. So from here you can say value. What I will do, I will on it, but I don't want to show this as a value. I will just turn off this. Okay. In detail also, I will turn on, but I don't want detail this to be shown. I will add here from here, and I will add a category. You can see the detail is being shown here now. Okay. One is blank. I will tell you why it is blank. Okay. Then, right, in detail and in layout, single line is fine. Value. Okay. Position, I want inside center. Okay, so this is the center position that I want it to be. And now you can see one is blank over here. Let's see why it is, because you can see it is been affected by these years. Okay, so what I will do, if I select this, if I go in format and I will edit interaction, and when I just click not to show this or not to have it visible by this, nothing but what it is doing is it is removing this filter on this. Why? Because in 2025 there is no any state or any value which is having a good as an AQI index, because none of the state is having less than 50 AQI index. Here itself you can see, right? Everywhere it is above 50 or above 60 only. That is nothing but either it is falls under poor, moderate, or unhealthy, or a very unhealthy part only, right? So that is the reason it is not been showing, right? So for that I will just remove it from 2020 and it will have all the values shown over here, right? Now what I will do, because this will be acting as a legend for this chart, right? So these colors are mentioned over here. For those colors, what are the legends will be showing in these charts only, and the levels also we will be able to understand from here that what are the different levels of different AQIs, right? So that's the reason we are creating this chart. Okay, I hope you're understanding, right? Now what we will do, we'll just have the labels for this. Okay, so nothing but I will just go over here, and in properties I will have its width and size. So height for this I will have it as 200. Okay, and the width for this I will have it as 240. Okay, similar way, if I go in x-axis, here you can see the maximum value I will keep it as 1 here, because you can see one gap is there, so I'll just have it as 1. The moment I do, the gap has been filled because it is taking the maximum value somewhere around 1.2 or 1.3. That's the reason it was there. Okay, now I will just add it over here. Okay, at center, maybe over here. Okay, now we will give some colors to this now. Okay, based on this, whatever colors we have added over here, same colors we will do. Just we will see if it is working. No, it does not work. So again we have to give different colors, right? So I'll just select this, go over here, then I will go to bars, and from here what I will do in layout, okay, this is fine. I will go in colors, in effects, then rules. So from here now we have to change it by AQI category. Don't take it based on any other text, right? Don't take it by AQI category KPI, because the chart is based on created on AQI category, which is a column. Based on that only you have to give the colors, right? So again we have to give the same colors. Okay, so first is nothing but good. Okay, so this is for good. I will add the new rule. Next is moderate. Okay, then next is poor. Then next for us is unhealthy. Okay, then next is very unhealthy. So this is very unhealthy, and last one is hazardous. Okay, so this is now colors will provide. So good, this is the for good. For moderate, this is the color. For poor, it is blue. For unhealthy, we'll have it this. For very unhealthy, we will have it this. For hazardous, we'll have it this. Click on OK. So you can see the colors are being given now. And now what we want is, you can see here I have printed the labels also over here. You can see the labels are also been printed. The same also I want to print here those labels also. But for those, if you see in our data, we do not have those labels created over here. So for that, we have to create those labels in our data. And so for that, what we will do, we have a category. You can see the same thing we have already created over here. So I will just copy this and I'll create a new column. Okay. And instead of AQI category, I will name it as AQI labels. So instead of good, okay, so what we will mention this is what in between 50 to 100. Okay. So this is what 101 to 150. Okay. This is 151 to, let's say, 200. Then this is 201 to 250, right? And this will be 251 to 300. Okay. And this will be 300. Okay, 300. What should be printed for that? Let me check. Oh, what I will do from here only, we already have that AQI level. I will just copy it. Okay, the same thing. I'll create a new column. Okay, and I will paste it. You can see this is the AQI level. Same thing, just we have written the same calculation. But what we have to do is we have to create a new column. Instead of moderate, we have just mentioned the levels over here. That's it, what we have done. Okay, just make a note of that. And I'll just hit OK, close it. And now I will just come here, go to here, then go to data labels. And here I will add one more, or I will go in values, and here I will add the values. Okay, and in values I want to add it as AQI level. Okay, so you can see the AQI level is there now. Okay, so first what we'll do here, we will add the category. Okay, let's add here. Oops, my voice is not working. So first we will add here category. Nothing but for value we will add category, and for details we will add the AQI level. Okay, likewise. Perfect. Okay, so this is actually what we wanted. Now next thing what we can do is, once you can see that it should be in proper level, like, so good, after good, what should be there? After good, moderate should be there. After moderate, unhealthy should be there, likewise, right? So it is not in proper order, so we have to set the order for this also. So for this again we have to create a calculation. So what I will do, select all, Control C, right click. I will create a new column, not measure. We have to create a new column. I will paste it. So if it is less than 50, I will have it, this as value as 1. Okay, if this is less than this, I will have it as 2. This should be 3. This should be 4. This should be 5. Or, okay, if nothing is there, then we don't have to have this. It should be 6 as it is. If it is greater than 300, let us have it as 6 only directly. Okay, we have to rename the column. AQI category number. I will name it as AQI category number. Okay, why I have done this, I will tell you. Here you can see the numbers are there. So the reason behind this is, based on this category numbers, I will filter this column. Okay, nothing, not filter, or I can say I will sort this particular column, right? So that moderate will be given second number. Similar way, if I scroll down, you can say very unhealthy will be given fifth number, right? In that way, it will give us the number for our chart. So what I will do, I'll select this. I will select the category from here, and here I will click on sort column. And the moment I select sort this column based on category number, you can see it is sorting based on category, because for good we have given a new number, that is nothing but for good we have given first number, for moderate we have given second number, because we are sorting the AQI category column based on AQI category number. That's the reason we are getting this value over here, right? So this is how we actually want. Okay, now next what I will do, if you see the category number over here, or levels over here, so I will just have it as greater than 3000. Okay, so that is more than 301, whatever will be there, you can say Hazardous should be greater than 301. Whatever is there, those will be the AQI for it. Now I will just copy this, paste it over here. Okay, and I will have to create a new column, new measure, sorry, which will take my AQI level title. Okay, and I will name it as AQI levels. Hit OK, and instead of this, what I will do, I will take AQI level over here. Okay, level. Oops, not AQI level, AQI level title. Okay, so this is AQI levels for us, and it will act as a legend for this chart also. You can see, if you will get confused what is the red color, or this particular yellow color, or this blue color. So from you looking at the levels also, you will understand that yeah, blue color is for poor, and what is its range is 151 to 200, right? So in this way you will be able to understand that, right? So this is how you create AQI state, AQI levels, and now we will go ahead and create our month wise or day wise monthly chart, as well as it should be filtered based on year as well. Okay. Alright guys, so now next what we have to do is we have to create a line chart, or we can see a area chart over here based on the slicers which we are selecting. So from here, first what I will do, I will take an area chart. Okay. And in this, what we have to do is we have to take day. Okay. So from here, you can see a date hierarchy has been created. From here, I will take a day on x-axis. Okay. And on y-axis, I will use an AQI, average AQI. Okay. So this is what we have to show, and it should be for each and every month. So first what I will do, I'll just do some formattings on this. So I will come over here, and on x-axis I will turn off everything. Okay. And the maximum value I will keep it for is 31. Okay. And the minimum it should start from 1. Okay. So that we have a proper axis, and from y-axis as well we'll turn off the values and everything. Similarly, go in general, we'll turn off the title, we'll turn off the background also for this. All right. And now I will just specify the height for this as 90, and the width for this I will choose it as 320. Okay. And I will bring it over here. Nice. Okay. And we'll do some formattings on this as well. So I'll go in lines, and I'll just take this as 2 pixel, and color for this I will choose the color as hashtag FE771D. Okay. So this is the color I want. I will also turn on the mic markers, and I will choose its size as 2. Yeah, 2 is fine. It will be very much. Okay. But now right now this is showing for all the days right now. Okay. So I have to show it for a specific month. So from here what I will do, I will take a slicer first. Okay. Let's add a slicer. So here is the slicer. Okay. And I will add it for first year. Okay. And in slicer settings, I will choose it as drop down and single select value. Okay. But you can see for one thing that because of this slicer, okay, because of this slicer, all other charts are been changing. Similar way, this chart is also going out blank. Okay, so if I choose it 2025, then it will come up or show up. Why? Because there are 2 year slicers right now. Okay, if those are two are matching, then only it will show the values over here. And similar way, because of this slicer, it should be specifically for this chart itself. It should not affect the all other charts. So this slicer should be very much specific to this chart. So what we have to do is we have to do some formattings on this. That is nothing but we have to change its interaction. So I'll just select the interaction from here. And because of this slicer, select this slicer first. All other should not change. So I'll just select here. Everywhere you have to select none over here. Whatever you see, just go ahead and select none. That it should not change with the change of this slicer. Okay. So I will select this again, and I'll just take it a bit down first. Select this again, and then I will choose this. Okay, so that it is not changing its values, right? Otherwise your map, everything will get out disturbed, right? So select everything. Okay, based on this. Okay, it is not changing anything now, right? Similar way with respect to this. Okay, because of this slicer, this should also not change, right? That is, this and this should not change because it is specifically for this. Okay, so what we will do, I will just select this one, and I will say that this should not change. Okay, so you can see now everything is been corrected. Similar way, if I see, you can see now whenever I'm changing it to 2015, 19, 2025, still it is not there. So from here, uh, so this should also not change, right? So because of this year slicer, this chart should also not change. So just select none for this also, right? This is now, you can see it is working fine now, right? Similar way, what we have to do, I'll just control C and control V. We also have to add a month slicer over here, but month column is not been created yet. So what I will do, I will just go over here in our calendar table, and here first I will create a month column. So I'll just create a new column, and the month should be displayed actually. Okay, the name of month should be there. So you cannot use a month function. Month function will return you the name, the number of that particular month. To return out the name of the month, we will have to use a format function. Okay, so I will use a format function. Value is nothing but date, nothing but this calendar date. comma, the format for should be MMM, so it will give me the first three initial of the month. So if you're writing 4 times M, it will give you the entire full name of the month. Okay, now what I will come here, I will change this and I will add the month over here. Now similar way you have to do the same things for this also. So when I select this, it should not change this. Okay, it should not change any of other values over here. So any new chart which will be coming later, okay, those also you have to make change on, right? You have to make change on those also. We'll just take it bit down and now and this. Okay, there is nothing but in future these 3 to 4 charts we have to create. For those also you have to change the interaction. So rework will be there, but you will have to do it. Okay, and it is necessary as well, right? So similarly on this basis also this should not change, right? Nothing but the year of this should not change. And now you can see whenever I'm changing the month, you can see the values are changing it with respect to this, right? So for this should also not change. So you can see it was changing the values and now it is working fine. Okay, that it is only giving us the values for this chart, changed chart only. Okay, now we'll do some formattings on this quickly, and I will come here and in effects I'll just go to background and I will add the color for this. The background color is 091532. Okay, so this is the color I want. Similar way for this also I will choose the same color. Okay, same color. Nice. And now we'll just change its header. So we'll change the header to 10 and I will make it as say choose semi bold. I will make it as white. Similar way, these values also I will make it as white. Okay, but you can see the background is also white, so I'll change the background also to this color. Now you can see the background is also changed. Now I will reduce this and the values also will reduce to 10. Similar way, the header will again reduce more. Okay, we reduce to 8. Okay, so I'll select this, I'll click on format painter and then this. Perfect. And I will take it a bit down. Perfect. Okay, now select both and we'll take it a bit down more. Okay, perfect. Now this looks good. We'll take this a little bit up. So we'll have a space in between. Correct. And now I'll just select this. And first I'll turn off this interaction because it is disturbing us. And now we have to give the name to this, right? The same name which has been provided over here, right? That is nothing but AQI trend over time. So first I'll just right click and I will create a new measure and I will name it as title for monthly chart. It is what? AQI trend over time. Okay. Hit OK and Control C, Control V. And instead of this, I will bring AQI trend. Where is it? It was title for month. Okay, this one. If you want for this too, you can reduce the size. Okay, likewise. Perfect. Okay, so this is your AQI with respect to time. You can take this a little bit below this as well. Perfect. Okay, so based on with respect to different times here, you can see you can rate your average AQI. You can find out the peaks. You can identify on which days the maximum AQI was there, right? Or it was registered, right? So this is how it works, right? So this was all about AQI trend over time. Now next what we have to do is, if you see over here, we have to find out AQI by city. That is nothing but top 10 cities with respect to AQI. So first I will just copy the background for this. Control C, Control V. I will just bring it over here Okay, and by arrow I will take it a bit up, and I will add it over here, right, nicely. And from here I'll go to shape and I'll make it to 3. Okay, so 3 is fine, I guess. Okay, now it is fine, right? And now what I will do, I will take a bar chart and I will have to take area, okay, and with respect to average AQI. Okay, so same way I think so we have to find out area over average AQI. Okay, correct. Why we are not seeing over the things here? Because right now you can see the state is selected as Delhi. So for that it is only showing us the Delhi value over here. So for that we have to change that. This chart should not change on these two filters, right? So for that what I will do, select this, go to format and edit the interaction, and from this I will just select this as none. Based on this also it should not show. Similarly, based on this also it should not change, and based on this also this should not change, right? Because these two slicers are only for specifically this, and I will click on this, and now I will just go back to bars, or from here turn off the title, turn off the effects, and now what I have to do, I'll go in filters, and here area, what I have to do, I have to show top 10. Okay, I just have to show top 10 based on what? Based on average AQI. Okay, and I will just hit apply. You can see now the top 10 values are there, and I will bring it over here. Likewise, perfect. And now we'll do some formattings on it. I will come to visual. On x-axis, we'll turn off the title. Okay, and in general, firstly, we'll turn off the background for this, and here we'll choose it as this color, or this is also fine. Okay, then on x-axis, we'll turn off value and everything. Okay, then we'll go to bars, and from here the layout I'll increase this to 40. Yeah, 40 is fine, and this we'll choose this color. Okay, a red color, because these are highly they have the high AQI, right? So that's the reason we should highlight it into red color. Okay, and values also, if you want, the value should be in white. Similar, if you want, you can have a this color also. You can say gradient also over here if you want. Let's say gradient we want on average AQI. Okay, and from here the lowest value, let's say, should be this, and the highest value we can take it as red color. Click on OK. Yeah, in this way. And from here we'll turn off the legend. We don't want legend to be sure, right? So this is also one way of visualizing it. Correct. So these are the top 10. Okay, that is which are having highest AQI. Now next thing, again we have to give the name to this visual, that is nothing but AQI by city. So I'll just right click and I will create a new measure, and I will name as title for city. Okay, and I will name it as AQI by city. Okay, hit OK, and I will copy this, Control C, Control V. I'll bring it over here. Okay, close this, and I will name it as title for AQI city. Okay, so this is for AQI by city. Alright guys, so now next what we have to do is we have to find out AQI level distribution. So for that what I will do, I'll just use this placeholder only, and I will try to bring it over here. Okay, so I will just try to adjust it here likewise, and I will just select the size for this as, let's say, this is fine. Okay, and I have to create a donut chart for that, so I'll just take a donut, and from here I will have to use an AQI category, and I will have to use all the rows which are there, right, which are there in the data. So for that, first what I will do, I'll just create a new measure, because we have to count all the rows. So I'll name it as count rows, count of rows, we can say. Okay, so these are the count of rows, and I will use a count rows function only for that. So I'll use a count rows function from the table, nothing but which is our day wise table. Okay, that is day wise AQI data table, and hit enter. Okay, Close this, and now here I will use a counters values. Okay, so based on that you will be able to understand which is having the maximum value, right? But as I told you, you have to remove the filter interactions first. So from this filter interaction we have to remove. So I'll just click on edit interaction, and here I don't want this to be done, and as well as this to be done. Okay, so now it will give us the correct values available over here, right? So this is how it will work, right? And I will just click on here again and select this, and I will just click on format vendor, and it will just go away all other things, right? And I'll just bring it over here, and I will come here, but I want to show the legends. Okay, I want to show the legends, but I don't want to show its title. And text, I will make it as this. Okay, I'll reduce its size. Right. But slices, okay, so as I told you, the slices, color of the slices would be given with respect to what is there for poor and all those things, right? So I'll just give the quickly the color. So for moderate, you can say this is the color code for moderate, so I'll change it. So I'll use this color code. Similar way for poor, I will be using as blue color. Then for unhealthy, I will use this color. Okay, so this is for unhealthy. Then this is very unhealthy. Okay, so this is for very unhealthy. Okay, and this is for hazardous. Okay, this is for, sorry, this is for very unhealthy, and this is hazardous. We have to choose it from here. Okay, so this is hazardous, right? So in this way you will have to create the AQI level distribution, and if you see the distribution, so you can see hazardous. Okay, or you can see this very unhealthy is the one which is having 40% of contribution, right? So very unhealthy falls in between, you can see 251 to 300 AQI, which is very much, and this is specifically for Delhi. Okay, so these state filters are still applicable on this, which is specifically for Delhi, which is not very good. Okay, if you change this to, let's say, Maharashtra, you can see for Maharashtra most of it is calculated, or it is taking 38% of poor, whereas 45% is taken as a moderate. Okay, so this is how it works and how it is calculated. All right, guys. Now I will get back this to Delhi, and we'll do some further analysis, right? So first we'll give the title for this, which is nothing but it will be AQI level distributions. First I'll write the title here, and I will name it as donut title. Okay, and I will name it as AQI level distribution. Okay, hit enter. I will copy it from here. Okay, and here it will be for the donut one. Okay, so this is the donut title. This is for AQI level distribution. Next, we have to find out the last one is nothing but pollutant occurrence frequency. I'll just copy this. Okay, and write this is the likewise. And from here we'll take a bar chart. We'll take primary pollutants, and we have taken already the count of rows. But as I told you, we have to remove the filters from here. So I'll just select this. I will go to format, edit interaction, and from here we have to remove that filter, and from month also we have to remove this filter. Okay, similar way some other filters should also be removed, I guess. Okay, yes, from that is from state, because state it will not work for that state, and for area as well. Okay, now I'll just select this, and we have to add the primary pollutant, so it should be at y-axis. Okay, so I'll just take, it's not getting added to y-axis, so let's take clustered. Okay, oh, so primary pollutants, no, prominent pollutant you have to take. So I'll take primary prominent pollutant and the count of rows. That is this. Okay, perfect. So I'll just select this, format, and this. Okay, so you can see it is been formatted. And now I'll just come over here, but based on this, this should be filtered. So I'll just select that, and it should be filtered based on this. right? So we can see for specific state, right? Similar way, I will come over here, I will delete interaction, and from here bars colors we will remove the conditional formatting, and for this let's give this color. Okay, or we'll just use this color for it. This is also too dark. This can be given. Okay, and here we reduce this to 30, let's say. Okay, all right. So from here, what you can say is for Delhi, the primary pollutant here it is 2.5, and here it was 2.5. You can see 38 times it has been occurred, which is the maximum, and for O3 is 32 times, right? So this is how it works. So I'll just copy this here. So you should also know how to take the insights from here. Okay, I'm not wasting much time on that because this is self-explanatory. And from here, I will create a new title, and I will name it as pollutant title. Okay, and I will name it as pollutant occurrence frequency. Okay, hit enter, and we'll bring it over here, right? Increase it. Perfect. And now few things are remaining, that is we have to format this also. So what I will do, I will just select this year, and I will just use a format painter, and I will select on this format painter and select on this. You can see it has been formatted now. Similar way, this also, this will select. I will click on this and this. Okay, few changes we have to again make. Okay, I will come over here, slicer settings, it is a drop down single selection, but this we have to make it as multi select and select all option. Okay, because it has been overlapped by that. Okay, some alignments we have to do. Okay, now I will take it a bit up. Okay, save it. And now what I will do, I will have to add a line over here. So I'll just go in insert shapes, and from here I will add a line. Okay, so I'll just take a line, bring it likewise. Okay, and then I'll go in shape. Okay, or I'll go in style, and from here border. Okay, I will just choose the border of this first. Okay, and then the border of this will be applied to this. This perfect. Okay, so this is the border for us, right? So this is how it works. And now you can operate the filters. You can change the state S to capital. Okay, so this S you can change this to capital, and this you can change this to city. Okay, so this can be your city. And now I will save it. Okay, so this was all about the AQI index analysis. This is how you create the dashboard. I hope you have learned so much from this. Now, next thing what you have to do is you have to create an insight page where you can generate more and more insight, or create more and more insight, document it so that you can share it to your LinkedIn profile, to your or you can add it towards your portfolio. You can send it to your interviewer as well, right? So because this is a real-time project, you can add the latest data whenever possible, and the dashboard will reflect with respect to that, right? So I have had the data of 2025 till 6 months, but if you can get it till the December end, it will be very helpful for you, right? I was not able to find it, but if you are able to find it, then it is well and good. You will see the most recent data regarding the AQI and the pollution in Delhi as well, or in all the states, right? And you can see it for your own state, your own city as well, right? And because this is a concerning issue, so doing the analysis of such kind of project is very helpful and good for your resume as well, right? So this was all about AQI index analysis. I will come up with the next interesting project in the next video. Till then, just go ahead and subscribe the channel, like this particular video, and comment down if you have any suggestions, If you want to appreciate, or if you want a specific project to be created, you can comment in the comment section box, and I will read all of them. Right, guys, so I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.